If a MOSFET with W and L, both in micrometers, is biased in saturation, we're asked what's the gate to source capacitance, CGS, in femtofarads. We can assume the gate dielectric is silicon dioxide with a TOX of 83.5 angstroms. Now, we are looking at saturation. So we are specifically going to use the following equation right here. Specifically this, where our CGS is equal to 2/3, and then we have multiplied by COX and WL. To find our COX, we're going to come over here. This is the very first step that I'm going to do. So technically second step after writing out this equation. It's going to be equal to our EOX over TOX. EOX is equal to 3.5 or 3.9 times EO or E naught. And E naught is 8.854. And this is a little bit tricky because it can be either 10 to the negative 12 or 10 to the negative 14, depending on how you look at it. If you look at the notes in the description below the like button, on about page 65, we actually go into depth about this because it can either be solved in centimeters or in meters. You want to figure this out before you solve this. I'm doing it in meters, so it's 10 to the negative 12. Same thing for angstroms, it's 10 to the negative 10 because that is how you would do it for meters. The reason why we are doing it for meters is because we are given this in micrometers. So you want to make sure that your units line up all the time. And this is going to be what we get. From here, we're going to plug it back into our equation. We have our constant 2/3 out front. Our W and L are the values given. We're going to plug them in. Our meters are going to cancel out. Our micro is just 10 to the negative 6. So we square that, 10 to the negative 12. And then from here, we plug that into a calculator. We're going to get this value. Your value might be different depending on your W or your L. And then lastly, we want this to be in femtofarads. So don't make the mistake of accidentally forgetting that. Because it's in femtofarads, let me correct the answer right here. Because it's in femtofarads, this 10 to the negative 14 is not going to cut it. What we need to do is move this over one more to make it 10 to the 15. And if it's 10 to the 15, that's what femto is for units. That's going to be the answer to this problem, and that's how we go about solving it.